So should I turn off? Should I turn off the screen share for now?
So should I turn off?
No. Mute. I was watching something before we started. Did you upload the audio? There's two different potential games show sound effects. Which is why I was asking now. It's okay.
What are we doing now?
Jeff is doing producer stuff.
Oh, I'm just going to sit here and drink.
You're going to be pretty. That's what you're going to do, Damon.
Okay. Oh, easy. Done. Except for when eventually, hopefully, food comes here. Although I was hoping it would be here by now. There you are.
It was interesting watching us sound files. There's two different ones. Yeah, they should be. They were there last night. Oh, sound effects. Right? Yeah. And there's two different ones. They sound totally different, so it doesn't matter to me what you pick. Game show. Yeah, this is what we were going to do the last time. And then you were like, I don't read the doc before we start the show. So if you're going to add anything, you should tell me so I can know ahead of time and I can upload it. Ta-da! So, Damon, what did you do this fun weekend?
Who, me?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm presuming he's not going to tell me what he's going to sing on the show. Just
Yeah. I had a good time. I had a good, decent weekend. And we still have one more thing to do today. We're having Jim's family over to christen, quote unquote, the back patio.
You have a little picnic.
Basically. And
I did.
no, you didn't.
Oh, stop sharing.
There we go. I mean, it's behind.
My bad.
It's,
It wasn't showing for me anymore, so I presume it stopped. Boop boop be doop. I fell into a YouTube hole again this weekend. God bless.
wow.
I now understand how people can just completely waste their life away watching YouTube.
I've been there too. I did was it yesterday or 2 days ago? It was after, so it was Thursday. So after Drag Race, I was on my laptop, like doing stuff, and I was like, oh, let me just click. I'll try to watch the John Pauly like recap. So I started watching that, and then there was something else drag related, and I just clicked that, and then I clicked something else, and then I started watching because you have your suggestions on the side, and I've been watching a lot of like old Vine like collections of like Vine videos. So I happened to find one of those, and that just led to another one, and led to another one. Yep. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's almost midnight. I should probably go to bed because I have to work the next day.
So, yeah, you're like, funny how that happens. Yeah. So, what was it? Last week I talked about Defunct Land, the Disney like amusement park, former rides and whatever. So I've been on this big like Disney thing where I'm watching all these videos about like behind the scenes and secrets and like things you don't know and like hidden Mickeys and and one just leads to another, leads to another. Last night I ended up down a YouTube hole of watching about 8 4K resolution experiences of rides, like either walkthroughs or actual rides. So people are taking, their nice high-end camera and they're going through an amusement park ride. So like I fast forwarded through a lot of it, but someone did the whole Harry Potter Wizarding World.
Oh, wow.
In 4K and like walked the whole thing and saw like showed like the shops and went on the ride and like, so yeah, it was kind of cool. I got to see 3 rides at Disney Japan that I've never seen, Disney Tokyo. So yeah, I was like, but then I was like, oh yeah, this is why people get lost. Never heard from again. Okay, so the pin. Right? Yeah, that goes there.
Cute. It's not gay if it's for a Klondike bar.
Funny, you should mention that. It's not a lie.
No.
No, wrong one.
No, wrong Klondike. The actual like that a joke. Got it. Okay. Good morning, everyone.
I haven't really had any like booze yet either, so
I am sucking on some caffeine.
I'm having caffeine and alcohol, so there you go. I decided, even though we're calling it Brunch Edition, I'm not doing mimosas or Bloody Marys because I'm just not that kind of gay today.
I agree.
Did we? We did not. That is so mean. Do you want a cookie? It's so moist. Anyways.
Ow.
It's in the Entourage chat. It's just cracking me up. All right, let's put this here. We'll put that there. Getting link info. Caps. We're live. AJ, I'm gonna beat you. Not the way I do it.
Oh, gross.
See?
Gross. Oh,
Right. That's why I say he's gonna get beaten.
gross. All right. Moving right along to that random image to get out of my head.
Morning, Caden. All right.
I'm going to jump on to... You know, like what?
What? Oh. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, there we go. It's the wrong size. It's too fat. Can you
It's
fix
too
that?
big. It's too wide. Well, sure, it won't fit. Got a big ego. Such a big ego.
Well, let me
Big ego.
work on that. Do we know what the size of the old one was? Why would I do that? You're making quite the presumption. Images. I don't know what we called it before. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Hold on. I think I found it. All right. That is a 400 by 300. Ooh. That'll be part of the reason. All right. Edit. No. No image. Resize the canvas. 300. Okay. How do I... Let's change this to... Maybe. Resize image. Hang on, width 400. All right, apply, file, save as. What's today's date? 27, 26, 27, 28.
Today is the 27th.
Thank you. And file. I'm sure our audience is so amused and intrigued by this whole spiel deal.
It's all good. We're just talking. Oh my God. These are awful.
Dare I ask what?
Damn it. It's Overwatch. It's a combination of Overwatch and Sesame Street. So
messed up.
I'm gonna share it onto my Tumblr because it's just so awful that I need to share it.
Of course it is. All right, so Jeff, I put the new one in there dated today.
I meant awful in a like awful. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm. It's early, and my mind is not. My mind is
Sure,
not.
Jan.
Yeah. Sassy, yet classy.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm schwitzing. What? What?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, I think I know why. What do you mean it's too skinny? Like, dude, it's the same size as the one that was done before, as much as I know of. I took it from 424 width to 400. Okay. Does everyone in the audience have their cocktail ready for today's game? You're going to need it. I was mostly referring to our entourage. There we are. That's usually what I'm doing when I'm looking down, because I have my iPad down on my table. Eek! Get your ass back up there. I didn't ask you to do that. All right. Unless they're not paying attention.
Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, here. Hold on. So, Jeff, go ahead and do it again. I have the chat unmuted. Okay. I did not hear it.
I didn't hear Jeff either. They haven't been able to hear Jeff this whole time.
Jeez.
Well,
Because none of us knew.
On that note. I'm going to eat in front of you. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Think I fix it. Properties. Okay. That's good.
Yes, I can hear you in the chat.
Okay. So let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, FERT.
There's FERT.
Now.
So about 11 seconds. Somewhere right around there. So that's low latency. So as long as everything, stays nice and handy dandy, we should be fine. Okay, because it's weird. It's like Skype was picking up my mic, but OBS wasn't. It was weird.
How rude.
By the way, I hate you right now for eating, Damon. I'm hungry, but I can't eat because I'm producing. I'm cranky. Let's get this shit on the road.
No one can see me but you two, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. In 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Let's try that again. Fucking A. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, you can hear that, right?
I did.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. May 27th, 2018. I'm Jeff.
Who's your bear? That's right. I am your bear.
I'm Damon.
And that makes me Gary.
Don't hurt nobody with your bad self.
And welcome to Cubs Out Loud, the Bear Podcast of Indeterminate Length, episode number 466. And I'm cranky. Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
And I'm finding the thing. There it is. This past week started out so great. They didn't have our things in order for us to access the phone, so they just had us doing emails. And I'm like, great, I don't have to talk to anybody. Yes. and we just did emails. I got to sit there, listen to podcasts, and work my emails, ask questions when needed, etc., etc., etc. Then on Wednesday, they got everything working, so we actually had to take calls. They're not so bad, really, but I got some really cranky people. And then we had this one thing which it seemed like everybody had the solution. So, we'll use this report. And I'm like, we looked at it. It doesn't have the information in BM1. When did you say that? I tried all these things. I even referred somebody to this other report, which ends up being more tedious and such. And then later on, the correct report comes to light. And I'm like, well, fuck. There's a lot of those stupid little things. It's like either it's like, well, everybody knows it's such and such. And I'm like, no, you have an entire class of new people who probably don't know it, even though it probably doesn't come up that often necessarily. So,
yay, humans in a corporate environment. Isn't it exciting?
Well, it's a small company.
No.
Merging, but...
No.
I totally disagree with you, Damon. Yes. And I've done several different corporate environments. Yes. Yeah. So the documentation's crap. They're missing probably a whole bunch of just little shit things. There's this one thing that happens like yearly, which affects the software. And there's this one report that we have in an off location that you would think, hey, if anybody calls about this, because it happens every single year, refer them to this. It'll give them exactly what they're looking for. So, it's... Yes. Hashtag bitter party of one, Gary.
No, I meant Damon, but anyways.
I'm bitter myself. Anyways, moving on. Damon... besides playing more WoW this week, but who cares? Damon, what's going on?
So, yesterday, friends invited me to go Pokemon Go hunting with them. So we got up. No, not that kind. No, Gary. No.
It says poke hunting.
Fine. I will change it to the appropriate key. Anyway.
Yeah, I think you need apostrophe.
Bitches. Anyway. So I got up yesterday morning early. Was able to, we went for breakfast and then we went to Newport, which is across the river. And we just walked around and, we raided several gyms. We took over them. This probably means nothing to anyone who doesn't play Pokemon Go. We did some raids. It was a fun time. It was a lot of walking. I was tired by the end of the day. It was good. It was good to get out and actually play.
Yeah, it's also called exercise.
Yeah, that part, whatever. But yeah, it was good to get out and do stuff and play the game with other people, because normally I'm playing the game by myself. And it just isn't as, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but, when you're playing with other people, you can, do a lot more stuff. I know that's kind of the goal and point of Pokemon Go, especially when it first came out, was to get out and walk around and go with groups and all that stuff. But that wasn't me. So now I kind of like it, and we're hopefully going to be doing it again. So yay. Fun times. Gary.
I went and saw a movie.
Really?
Ooh.
I would have never known that you would have gone solo to a movie.
I go solo to movies a lot, actually.
I was trying to make a dude.
I know. Dude, I totally pitched it.
He got it.
I got it. I decided on Thursday, when the new Star Wars movie came out, to go see it. But I had a little strategy. So I went to a 10:45 p.m. showing on Thursday night, because I was like, I am not in the mood to be dealing with all the rest of this stuff. And Drag Race was on, so fuck that shit. I was not giving up watching television for that show live to know what the hell's happening before going to the movie. So got there early, got a icy drink, sat my ass down. I was shocked I moved into the movie theater, walked in, and there was 5 people there. 2 people up here, 3 guys down here. They were all kind of nerdy cubbish, which I thought was hysterical. Went and sat my ass down. So I was middle row, middle seat. I was like, this is sweet. And
so there was Cubs on the top and there was Cubs on the bottom?
Correct.
Okay, cool. And you were right in the middle.
Yeah, well, And we were spaced far enough apart so we weren't going to bother each other. And then people started showing up. But it wasn't a big deal. It didn't really crowd in or anything. So probably another 20 some people showed up. There was a group of 4 that sat in the road immediately behind me, sort of a little bit to my left, and they were just and I thought, oh my god, if you people don't fucking shut up when this movie starts, I'm gonna be really irritated because we've got a whole movie theater and you had to sit right next to my ass. But surprisingly, once the that stuff was done, like all the previews, then they shut up. I mean, you could hear a pin drop when the movie started and the soundtrack started in the beginning. And I was like, oh, this is nice.
So they were considerate nerds.
They were, and it stayed that way the whole time through the movie until we got to the end, and then the credits started, and you could tell that some people wanted to stay, like kind of watch the credits, and other people, they just got up and left. So, and that's typical for any movie.
Yeah.
So I got to go see the new Solo movie. I really liked it. I'm not going to say it's like the best film out there, and I'm not going to like try to convince anybody other than to say, if you like the franchise and you like these characters, you should probably check it out. Whether you choose to spend money at the theater or you want to wait until you can get it on rental or buy it in digital. My movie ticket was $6.99. It was $7. I was pleasantly pleased with it. If you are interested in seeing it, you should probably avoid online stuff because some people are talking about something that happens towards the end that's kind of a spoiler. It doesn't spoil the movie, but there is a character that appears that is unexpected. And so now there's all this discussion, and I ended up watching some videos about that because people were like, what the hell is that about? So I was like, very interesting. So leave it to Disney and Lucasfilm to kind of like do something that helps bridge together a little bit of the universe in a way I think that wasn't expected before. So yeah, I was like, oh, very interesting. So I was watching some stuff about the Star Wars universe last night, including a half-hour movie or video that was made and released on May the 4th that this one guy who's a huge Star Wars fan makes a canon timeline of the entire franchise. Ooh. And it takes him like 34 minutes to go from the very beginning all the way up to the current day. But what's funny is, of course, he released it on May 4th, and Solo hadn't been out yet. So I was like, yeah, I wonder how much he's going to miss because he hasn't seen the movie to know a couple of things.
Unless he's now going to update this every year on May the 4th. So
correct.
On Star Wars Day, he updates it to the new stuff. And just the same. So that's fine.
Nice.
It's fine. He said, up until now, this has been the current time. Cool.
Yeah, no, and he does say that. So it was pretty fun. So anyways, I'm glad that I went and saw it. I'm tempted to go see it again.
So did this Solo feel like a young Han Solo that we know of what we know?
So here's the thing that I thought was interesting. And I don't remember the actor's name, so I apologize. The actor that's playing Han Solo gives you, because it's scripted, things of Han Solo, but he is not trying to be Harrison Ford, which a lot of people have been saying is a smart move. Because to try to imitate Harrison Ford would probably be a disaster, because then people would call that out. They would be like, oh, that's like a Harrison Ford mannerism of
also
Han Solo.
Between this movie and when we first see him in A New Hope, things could happen that he kind of changes a bit. But
yeah. And I'm not going to say this name. It's Alden, or maybe
right.
I am. Alden Aaron Reich. I guess, possibly, maybe.
Doesn't sound great, but that's okay. Anyway,
I know it doesn't sound right.
No, so, and the coolest robot in the entire Star Wars franchise now exists. So, if you were really into, and I forgot the robot's name.
The one from Rogue One?
Yes. So, if you're into a sassy robot like if you thought C-3PO was sometimes like kind of a stick in the mud sass, gold rod, and then we get K2, I think his name is from Rogue One. Wait until you see L337, which is Lando's robot. She is a sassy robot that gives no fucks. Has such an amazing personality, and all I keep thinking is, where are the rest of these robots in the franchise? Why don't we have more of these?
If you read some of the recent comics, like from the recent Darth Vader series, and even in her own called Dr. Aphra. Dr. Aphra is a space archaeologist who has gotten 2 droids, basically, that look like C-3PO and R2-D2, but they're kind of homicidal. It's really interesting. So
yeah,
those are some interesting droids. We haven't seen them on camera, and it'd be really cool to have like a Dr. Aphra movie. It would be so neat. We'd love to see that, especially with these 2 droids. Anyways, that's beside the
No, so I put my thing on Facebook for those that could see it. I was like, I went and saw the movie. Here are some thoughts, and then like did a whole bunch of like dots to like space it out so it wouldn't spoil anybody's timeline. And I didn't give anything away, but I had a bunch of comments to say. And one of the things towards the end was, I am now ready for a Lando Calrissian and a Boba Fett spinoff, and I believe there's rumor or expectation that they are starting to work on a Boba Fett standalone film, which would be kind of cool. But I think Glover could easily play Lando in his own movie to kind of bridge, to jump before what we see in this movie and then to connect us to Empire Strikes Back when he appears. I think that would be interesting, but that's just me.
Cool.
So yeah.
All right. That sounds great. Hey, so normally here I press play on something, but I'm going to say screw that this time. I'm going to actually just talk about it, because before we continue, we would like to tell you how you can support us. And pardon the way the camera looks in this, but live with it. We've got 2 ways to support us. One is to pop over to our merch store on Zazzle.com/Cubs Out Loud, where we have the brand spanking new Bear Run stuff, including now showing up on the store, the Bear Run definition towels, or towels, quote unquote.
Hand towel. It's a handy towel.
It's a handy towel. There you go. And we got a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm wearing my muscle shirt with the version 3 logo, and I think you guys are wearing similar stuff, or at least Gary is.
I am not wearing a Bear Cubs Out Loud shirt.
Yeah, mine is version 3. This is the my summer one. It's lightweight, although it's a little tight. So. Because somebody put some weight on over the winter, so yeah.
And of course, I have handy over here. I have Cubs Out Loud hats. I'm not wearing one right now, but got those.
I happen to have one right here.
There's 2 different.
Ooh.
There's 2 different options for the hats. One is a light one, where for some of those darker colors, in order to see the Cubs Out Loud logo on here, it's a little bit lighter. That's looking on the camera, it's this one here. But there's also one for like the non-lighter ones, like my burnt orange hat, somewhere around here. It's probably deep in, because it was one of the first products. Also, you can support us by going over to Patreon. Oh, they changed up the style. Where we have 4 different tiers, and you can, as little as $1 a month, start getting some things. Just being a Patreon for $1 a month, you get listed on our Entourage page. You get on the website. We thank you. We put you on an end card, and also you have access to the COL Mega Feed, where you get both Cubs Out Loud and COL Drag Race in one big feed, and you get the pre and post shows, audio wise, all in one feed. Otherwise, if you don't subscribe, you have to get them separately. So we got our Buddy, Uber, and Cubster level with different rewards for those, but of course with regulars. So that popped over to memberships. So you can join us over here. We've already gotten our monthly hangout, which we're going to start next month. We're in stages of getting the first one set up. It is going to be a bi-monthly one, so slight change of plans in how we're going to be doing that for reasons. But I'm excited for our first one, where we get to join the entourage, and we're trying to plan out when we can get people on. So there's a poll. So yeah.
Sweet.
Subscribe to us on Patreon. And now I need to switch windows again. Transition. There we go. And let's move into this. Gary, what's been going on over in the Facebooks?
Over on Facebook, we got 2 new likes, and I'm probably going to murder the first one, so I apologize now. We would like to thank Eric Fuetz and Robert Mullins. Eric actually is in the COLDR entourage on Telegram.
He's also in the COL entourage.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to...
I believe he's Philip's husband.
Aww.
I believe so, yes.
Damon, it looks like we have 1 YouTube subscriber.
We do. So welcome the active Cubby to our YouTube list.
Yeah. And over on the blog, we had a comment on the last episode, 465, no pick, no chat. He said, from Patrick B, he says, I've placed my order from Zazzle.com for my bare definition t-shirt for me, and the consent is my foreplay shirt for my partner John. So we can get them in time to proudly wear them during Provincetown Bear Week in July. Thanks.
Sweet. And I happen to know who both of them are, and they've been to Brunch for they're friends of one of our committee members, so yay!
Yay!
Super excited about the fact that they're going to be repping COL at Bear Week in P-Town, so woo woo. Whoop.
We'd also like to thank Michael H for following us. Too bad he's not getting any new content over there because we're on Vimeo. So I also suggest, if you follow us on Vimeo, to also subscribe to us on YouTube. So that way you've got both things covered.
All things covered.
All right. So now it's time to do something I didn't do last time I did this, and this.
Yay!
Gary.
Yeah.
It is another time for Would You Rather with your host, Gary.
Really?
That's my best show host.
I know, but you made me the host somehow, even though you did the show.
Well, you are the host.
Announcer voice. Okay, well, that's fair.
You are the one who's like coordinating us all, so.
Well, yeah, there's that thing. So,
okay.
I put the pin into the live chat over on YouTube. So I'll give a rundown as we kind of like get ready to begin.
It doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
941713337. Enter.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
You don't recognize that game pin. Please check and try again.
Oh, because Gary's dyslexic.
Well, that explains it.
What is it now?
94713.
So it's not even as long.
9471337.
You put an extra 1 in there.
Apparently. My bad.
Okay.
So Kahoot is a app/website that can be utilized by educators to kind of do quizzes and different things like that. And what we're doing that's not important is the survey version, which allows us to play Would You Rather. So people who play along and download the app, and then you put in the PIN, and then the PIN gives you the ability to play. And basically, you're going to get two choices. They're going to come up in the app. And unfortunately, it's not going to show you the question. So I'm going to read the question out loud, and then we're just going to screen share my screen so you can actually look and read as well, because it doesn't come up in the app. Oh, so we've got 4 players already. That's exciting. So this is Brunch Edition. For those of you that are not aware, back in February, right before we went to North American Bear Weekend, Chester, Damon, and I, Chester was on, Damon was away, and Chester, Jeff, and I played, and we played 20 questions. And it was such a long episode. So it was requested that we not do that again. So we're just going to do a handful of questions this time. So for those of you that don't understand Would You Rather, Brady, if you're listening again.
What?
I went COL463 was the episode when we did the Triple X edition, and he kept choosing both. And I was like, listen, that's not how Would You Rather works. You choose one or the other. You can't have both options when it comes to the answer. That's the
You
whole
may
point.
want both, but you can only have one.
It's like you only have room in your car for one trick that night.
Because you got a 2-seater Mazda Miata.
There you go.
There's not room for anything else. All right, so now I'm going to screen share the example question so people can kind of see what that's about. Share a window. Go there. Start. Let me move this kind of down to the corner. So basically, question text will go at the top. All right. Question text will be here, that'll be like the Would You Rather. And then we've got a block in red, A, which is a triangle. We've got a block B, which is a kind of a diamond square. It's blue. So you're going to have one answer that's going to be red. You're going to have one answer that's blue. This is the corresponding color. So when the question's above, the different answer types will be in here. So what I did was I created this lovely graphic to show each type as it appears. And then basically we get to live play the game. Not only will the three of us round robin and discuss our answers, but then I'll also be able to know from in the game itself what we have in terms of the responses. So if you listen to that particular game, 453, which was almost exactly 3 months ago, then sometimes half of the people chose one, sometimes almost everybody chose another. So we'll see how it goes. We got 5 players. Are we ready to begin?
I think we are.
Yes.
All right.
Let's do this.
Start.
And you can join at any time, so.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you rather at brunch in an upscale public restaurant give someone head under the table or have someone give you head?
Bitch.
So you're having
So-
brunch and you're either giving or having a hidden blowjob.
Right. So someone is getting a blowjob under the table. The reason I say upscale public restaurant as a reminder, just like the last game, is because it's tablecloth service. So this ain't no like Taco Bell fast food kind of business.
Wow.
Where everybody can see what you're doing.
That changed really quick.
What changed quick?
I got a message that time was up and I didn't even answer.
Oh, well, I changed it because last time it took forever to play, and then this time I changed it so that I had 60 seconds.
Ah,
So you make sure to answer quickly.
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe
It's
put up
hard
the
to-
question, then hit go.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I can tell that everyone ended up getting their answer in. So, 2 people chose giving someone head under the table. One person said they would have someone give them head. That being said, and I went in reverse order. I apologies. Jeff and Damon, what did you guys ended up picking for this?
Well, I didn't end up picking any of them.
No, I know, but like,
But what would
If
you?
what I have picked, I would have rather have someone give me head, so I would have picked blue.
We are in agreement.
Yeah.
nice.
I'd be there chit-chatting with people and being like, yeah, it's yeah, that's a really good idea.
Nice.
I would just try to be quiet and like.
I
eat
mean,
my food.
ooh, her.
I've never with all the yeah. I don't even know. In my head, I go, that just seems like a complicated. Like, what if the food's really fucking good? Like, I'm gonna be distracted and shit.
Well, that's kind of the whole point of why Would You Rather is difficult. Like, I'm glad one of you brought it up. I'd be like, So for me, I would rather be the one under the table, but that's purely because I like what I do. And I want to see if the person receiving can keep their composure and not give away that they're getting a blowjob while they're trying to have brunch. You know.
Nice.
So we've had a reference to penis so far.
Sweet.
And sorry for the video, people, but in order to make sure that people can see this nice and fun and dandy, yeah, I took us off the screen, so you just can't see us.
It's
But
okay.
that's okay. You can see the questions. All right, I think we're ready for the next question.
Okay. So, would you rather at brunch in your gay best friend's home participate in an orgy before dessert is served, or leave the party before the orgy and skip the dessert?
We're talking about
Answering.
bears here, right?
Right. So, would you rather at brunch in your gay best friend's home participate in an orgy before the dessert is served? Oh, wow. Y'all answered fast. Because in the admin, it will stop showing the question and go to the answers as soon as everyone that's participating answers. All right. So before I reveal the answers, David and Jeff, what did you guys select?
We're bears, so we want to make sure we at least have dessert. So there's only one choice for dessert.
So you have to go through the orgy to get to the dessert.
And
Okay, I guess.
again,
I mean,
we're bears.
sure. Why not? I mean, that's the one I chose too. But it's just like, yeah,
maybe I'm still in the middle of the orgy while I'm having dessert too.
Nice.
eating pizza while getting fucked.
No, it's dessert.
I'm tiramisu. It's a dessert pizza. Shut the fuck.
It's dessert pizza.
Here's how I fix my answer.
Yeah.
Nice.
But no, I also might as well. I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Now, depending on the guest and who was all there, I mean, maybe leave the party. But if it's my gay best friend, they're gonna know all my friends. I mean, they're gonna know people, and we're all gonna be like, we're probably gonna have the same interest and taste and what have you. So there'll probably be someone, at least one other person there, that I can have fun with. Yeah.
Well, and see, that's what this thing is kind of about. Like, how comfortable are you with your friends? Do you want to have sex with your friends? Like, there's a lot of stuff in this question when you really, and here's the thing is, it's obviously personalized because we don't know who all your gay best friends are. We don't know what their homes are like. Like, if they got a really nice house, you might be, well, hell yeah, I'll have an orgy at a house. That house is fine. Then again, you might be like, no. Like, I don't mind visiting, but I ain't gonna stay there for that.
Exactly. Like, ooh. This orgy is happening really close to the food. I'm really
Well, some people are kind of into that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I
yeah.
said, you have dessert while you're in the orgy.
Both.
It could be part of foreplay or during play, you know? I could be riding somebody's cock and then feeding them dessert.
Oh my gosh. All right, so
Now we're getting into
He is
like
done
feeder
before.
fantasies, I suppose, but that's beside the point. Moving on.
No, we're not horny. We're all good. It's so fun. All fine.
Yeah.
Tasty cakes. Go for it.
nice. So all right, see, this is what's interesting about putting these games together is like people think I would pick easy questions. I pick questions and then sometimes I'm mad at myself because I don't like this question. I don't know. I think it depends, and I can't say this. It doesn't help provide an answer. It depends on who's at the party. Like if there's some people I'm interested in, then I'm probably down for it. And if I'm interested in nobody, I'm gonna skip out. So I'm probably gonna say leave before the orgy and skip the dessert is my default. I have to be enticed enough to stay. Let me put it that way. So
Okay.
It's a
So
Gary's
if
need for control. Got it.
oh, his name just left my head. I'll have to get it really quickly. Hold on,
Uh-oh.
because
David's trying to
I'm
throw
trying
it
to
out.
entice you. I'm trying to entice you to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So if a
Comedian
Colby
maple?
Jansen like happened to be at this brunch, would you stay?
Well, first of all, I don't know
Dear
who
Scott.
I know that would be having brunch that Colby Jensen was there. But
I
second
know
of all,
someone who might have Colby Jansen invited.
yeah, I'm going to be honest about this. Well, I really like Colby. One, I don't know if we'd hook up, but two, he's very popular. So I'd be like, I'm staying out of this. Like, y'all are just going to eat him alive.
Damn.
I mean, he did do a scene with the Hunter Cub, so. Or the Monster Cub. Jesus.
Yep.
He did, and I will say it was interesting to watch them both top each other. I didn't see the whole scene. I've seen preview clips, obviously. So, yeah, that was...
It was interesting because usually Hunter doesn't get topped.
Well, there's that, but Hunter got a fat dick. I'm just gonna say it. So, yeah, that's what made it interesting. All right, so the results were 3 people said they would participate in the orgy before dessert. 2 people said they would leave the party and before the orgy, and they would end up skipping dessert. So 2 people are like, nom, 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 nom. I'm out. And 3 people are like, nom, nom, nom. Ooh, penis. How nice.
Nom nom penis.
See, as I said, the 2 things for me were there's dessert at the end, so there's a prize, and there's dick. So,
Right.
just kind of
I
like
love
made sense.
you're like, there's a prize. There's dessert. It's a prize.
Right.
Ah.
There's
I
a
think the dick would
prize.
be the dessert would just be the icing on the cake.
Here you go.
Right.
Ah.
See, everybody wins.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready for the next question?
Mhm.
All right. Would you rather, at brunch in a public restaurant, hook up with your sexy server in the bathroom, or chat live in an app with your sexy server to meet later? Ooh. So, would you rather at brunch at a public restaurant, and you're probably with like friends or family, whichever, I didn't clarify.
Family.
You want to hook up with the sexy server in a bathroom, or you want to like pull out Growler and kind of like ping and hit them up and then set up for later? AJ says, I'm sensing a trend on these.
I'm sensing a trend also.
What's the? I don't understand what the trend is. It's called Brunch Edition. They all have to do with brunch.
I mean, sex and brunch, but you know.
Basically. Sexy brunch.
Sexy brunch.
Sex
Apparently
and
that's gonna
brunch.
be it.
Nice.
Okay. I think this will work okay. I did a little thing for the graphics so that people can kind of sort of see us.
Yay.
So in the entourage, Daniel says, I'd hook up in the bathroom.
Nice.
Oh, he's probably hasn't joined the game because I just saw him.
Right.
This is the first time I've seen him.
That's okay. Some people are just playing along live by watching and chatting, which is cool.
Yeah.
Damon.
So I err on the side of caution. So I would pick B. I like the idea of I'm in a public restaurant. I don't know what's going on. While hooking up in the bathroom sounds really great and it's part of like every porn fantasy, I'd rather like oh, that's the server. Let me just say hello and talk to him and maybe get him to gauge attention and interest while we're having dinner or having brunch, and then like hit him up later and say, hey, I'm gonna be back at my place at like da 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 da. When do you get off? So you can get off.
You're such a smooth player that way.
There you go. But that would be I'd choose blue or B or yeah.
Nice. Jeff?
I'm somewhat in agreement with Damon. I picked the chat live in an app with the sexy server to meet later because I'm not fond of the whole sex in bathroom thing. I'm not much of a public person when it comes to sex, public sex. You know, I'll do things like if we're at like, hey, I've had sex at Back to the Woods, the nudist or clothing optional campground bear event that the Heart Texas Bears had a few years back. I'm not sure if they're still doing it because I haven't participated in a while at all. So I've had public sex, but this type of public sex does not fit because it's kind of not in this great atmosphere. Does that make sense? So I'm not opposed to public sex, but I have limits.
I can understand that. I would also end up choosing option B, the chat live in an app with your sexy server to meet later, only because having hospitality management background and having been a restaurant manager, I, one, don't want to get someone fired for having sex in the bathroom while they're working. And I just wouldn't want to put that on anybody. Like, I wouldn't want, like, the staff to walk in on that or another customer to walk in on that. I mean, even if we're in, like, Hamburger Mary's, which is, you know, one of the gayest places on earth, and you might expect that to happen there. Yeah. So, interestingly, the responses are, one person said they would hook up with the sexy server in the bathroom, and 3 people said that they would chat live in the app to meet later. Yeah. So someone out there is like really horny and pervy, and they're just going to do it right there.
I mean, and that's fine. That's all well and good. I mean, you do you. It's just my usual thing with that is that it's a matter of like getting caught. Like, how much of that would you, right? Like, yeah. How much would you be willing to like expose yourself? And the potential repercussions, because, you know, depending on who catches you, you know, they could cause a scene, and then police get involved, and then you get arrested, and then your family or whoever that you're having brunch with gets to see you go like, we're not having that. Fern Teeth says, isn't getting caught part of the fun? I mean, yes, Yes. For some people, that is.
Hopefully,
that
for
is
someone
part
who
of
wants
fun.
to join in.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. But I'm a fan of, like I said, erring on the side of caution as opposed to just letting it all. Now, I'm not saying I've not ever hooked up in a public bathroom. I'm just saying, there's a difference. There's a place.
Right. Well, and so I think that's part of the whole, like, there's fantasy and there's reality. Like, fantasy, it could be kind of hot and fun for porn, but that also kind of ties into what Gray says. And he's like, in his answer, he's like, B, public bathrooms are gross. So I'm like, yeah, I can understand that, because in porn, most of the bathrooms are pretty pristine. Even the dirty ones aren't really dirty.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the
They're
graffiti
just more like
is
run
just not
down,
real.
but they're clean.
Yeah. So, and then Daniel owned it. He said, I'm the horny one.
Outhouses, ew. AJ.
AJ. Brat.
Anyways.
All right. We ready for the next question?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Question number 4. Would you rather eat brunch with your fantasy sex partner, A, in the private suite of a gay bed and breakfast, or B, in public at a local non-profit charity event? So you're eating
really
brunch with your
digging.
fantasy sex partner.
Girl.
So here's the thing. Like, are you going to focus on the sex and be all pervy about it, and you get like to have the exclusivity because you're in a private suite at a gay bed and breakfast? Or are you okay with just eating brunch with them out in public at a local nonprofit charity event? Doesn't mean you go hook up. It just means people get to see you with them. Know you together. So, so would you rather eat brunch with your fantasy sex partner in private or in public? Private, option A, is in a suite at a gay bed and breakfast, or public is at a local non-profit charity event. This
You
one's a
could
little bit
say
about vanity, I think.
Romantic or socially awkward?
Well, for some.
Oh, 6 answers. And that's interesting for results. David?
So, for me, I would choose A. I like the idea of it being a little bit more intimate. Not necessarily sexually intimate, but just more intimate, where it's just you and the guy, and you can kind of, like, if I get like weirdly like awkward and blah blah blah, no one could really see that.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeff.
Well, I would assume that there was going to be sex as part of this, so we'd probably already be naked and eating brunch naked, and probably like, you know, romantically feeding each other, and then sex afterwards, or maybe we just finished. I don't know.
So your answer
I'm totally
is
A.
okay.
I'm totally A, but it seems like it's for different reasons then.
Yeah.
All right. So while A is very appealing, and like even Daniel said in the live chat, he would go for the private suite in hopes that there is sex. Because obviously the privacy kind of indicates that there could be some, you know, brown chicken, brown cow action.
Let's read the question.
I'm going to say B, in public at a local nonprofit charity event, because there is a part of me that's a little vague that's like, if I get to be seen with said person, like, everybody can imagine what's going on, whether or not it's real. More importantly, I might be able to get some more money raised for said local charity because said person is there.
Ah.
And then who knows what happens after the charity event's over, after brunch is done.
True.
Hopefully
true.
you score a lot of money, and afterwards you score.
So I just showed the question to Jim, who's sitting across from me. He says hi, and he said B because it's for the freaking children.
Fucking children.
For the fucking children.
Nice.
It's for the freaking children.
Well,
I love
I was
the
waiting
guest appearances of Invisible Partner. That's why I'm calling Jim from now on the Invisible Partner.
Well, he's not always invisible.
I mean, he's rarely ever, if ever, on camera. So, it's
Yes.
Nice.
He's here.
It's a compliment.
So I like how Gray brought up. I was waiting to see if this would be a defining factor for people. Gray says, "Food and sex don't mix for me." So, the responses are skewed. 4 out of 6 said in a private suite of a gay bed at breakfast. 2 said in public at a local nonprofit charity event.
Okay. So again, for the fucking children.
Gray, won't someone please think of the children? Now, are we talking about the children, presuming the children are for the charity focus, or are we talking about the unborn children you go swallow? I mean, what? Just saying.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Anyway,
All right.
moving right
Next
along.
question. All right. Would you rather, in 30 minutes before leaving for brunch, A, give your partner a quickie to avoid being late, or B, have sweaty, sheet-soaking sex that requires a shower?
Huh.
So, this question: would you rather, in 30 minutes before leaving for brunch, A, give your partner a quickie to avoid being late, or not worry about that and have sweaty, sheet-soaking sex, which means you sweat so much, like, and then you're going to need to take a shower before you get going, which means you might end up being late.
This is a tough one.
Yeah. Gray says, whatever Jim met, Damon asked him about the children. Nice. AJ, neither. I've had this happen before. LOL. I ain't got time for that.
Neither is not a choice. Would you rather one or the other? We had this conversation before. Yeah.
For indeed, fuck brunch. I never rush for anything. Great. If you're gonna do something or someone, do it thoroughly and well. All right. So, David, what's your selection?
After you stop having a coughing, laughing fit.
So,
You all right, David?
sorry, only because Jim Jim literally said for B, is B with your partner?
Leave it to Jim to come up with the technicality I didn't account for in the way I wrote the question. Because he has a point. In the first half, the answer includes your partner. In the second half, it does not technically indicate your partner, so your partner could meet you somewhere for brunch.
So, but I did say B, but not for that reason. I'm just gonna be late. You're
gonna be
Jim and
fashionably late.
I'm gonna be fat. No, it's not gonna be fashionably late. Jim and I enjoy each other's company, and I'll just leave it at that. Sometimes it takes a while.
We may make it for dinner.
Yeah, we'll make it for dinner.
Listen to this. Well, we will make it for dinner.
I love having Jim there. I love the
Nice.
comments.
AJ said Damon is blushing. I'm
Not exactly blushing, but yeah, I'm a little flushed. Yeah, I'm flushing. Yeah. Please move on.
Anyways.
Is your answer?
So, unlike Damon, I would give my partner a quickie to avoid being late because I'm a little paranoid about being late to anything. I'd rather show up early. I think it's part of my work ethic. That kind of rolls over into my everyday thing. So, and it gets to, there's things where it's like do I show? They said show up at after 4. Should I show up at 4? If I show up at 3:59, what's the timing of the driving? Because I want to try to be precise and be right there at 4:00. Or you know what, they did say after, so I probably could like give myself like do the 15 minutes and then that way I arrive just after, you know. But when it's something like you start work at 9, I leave here at 8, and I'm there almost a half an hour early so that I can sit back, relax, be ready to get ready for work and such like that, so that I start on freaking time. I'm always on time. When I'm late, it annoys the fuck out of me. So in this case, I have an appointment.
Right.
I'm going to meet him in 30 minutes. I need to be there. Let's get this over with.
Wow.
And who knows? Maybe afterwards we'll have sweaty, sheet-soaking sex that requires a shower. So it's just like, let's get this taken. Let's get morning wood taken care of, and then we'll take care of the rest later. You know?
Right.
Be more thorough later.
And see, that's where I have the problem, because I wrote the question and I'm like, well, what if I know both are options? Because I know my OCD and I wouldn't want to be late, because most likely if I'm having brunch and I'm meeting other people, they're probably good friends of mine and they got to talk shit about me if I'm late. So they're going to presume that B is what happened and that's why I'm late. So therefore I would want to choose A, and then B can happen later. But Jim threw in a curveball I wasn't expecting about whether or not it's actually with my partner. So that's made me reconsider.
Like, say you're getting ready and the growler hookup of your life, the one that you really, really want, is like, I'm ready now. And like, we're, you know, I'm on my way.
Call back to a previous comment. Let's say you're getting ready and the cable man shows up.
There you go. But no, and Jeff, I agree with you 100%. Like, I would normally like not want to be late ever, but
except for these recordings for these shows.
Bitch.
Oh,
where's that fan? We can't really see it because we got the screen share.
That's okay.
But anyway, as I was saying before that, normally I would not want to be late. I would like want to like try to be there on time, et cetera, et cetera. But like if the mood hits and like it's going, then we're gonna go. Like I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish what I started.
Right.
And you're not gonna just quickly finish it. You're gonna finish it.
Exactly.
Gray. Let the bitches assume, or better yet, quote, sorry I'm late. I was getting ready, and then my life turned into porn.
There you go. See?
In front of my salad.
Gray gets it.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's the thing where I was like, the cable guy, I'd be the first one if I was like the ones that are already there. I'd be like, the cable does not get installed on Sundays. Try again.
Hey, you didn't reference that it was Sunday brunch.
Well, who's
just
available to
brunch.
have midweek brunch? Unless we're all like retired or independently wealthy or some shit.
I don't know. Maybe you're both off for whatever reason. Maybe it's Memorial Day and you're not working that day, so you're having brunch with friends. There we go.
That's a fair
Which
point.
ends up being tomorrow here in the U.S. So,
which
also,
actually
thank
then
you for
gets
your
back
service.
to who's doing delivery services on Memorial.
Anyway,
Monday.
move right along. Question 6, please.
Well, so the results are
Yes, thank you.
2 people decided they would give their partner a cookie to avoid being late.
That's one of
3 people were like, nope, we're going to have sweaty, sheet-soaking sex that requires a shower. So, majority of people are on the side of, hell yeah,
Let's have sex.
Let's have the fun. And
Sex
then
before brunch.
maybe there's a strategy behind that. And the strategy is, I will be in a much better mood when I get to brunch because of what happened right beforehand. So
Exactly.
all right. So, like I said before, for those of you that weren't here, we did 20 questions the first time, so I reduced it greatly. So there's only 6 questions. This is going to be the last question, so we don't keep everybody all day long for this. And I hope that Damon and Jeff don't hate me for this. Question number 6: would you rather, for cocktail brunch in a bathhouse, A, blow Daddy Hadrian in the shower room, or B, get pounded in the public sling by Daddy Hadrian?
Shit.
I
was waiting. I'm like, there's like deathly silence.
I don't. Ooh, you are.
So, would you rather, for cocktail brunch in a bathhouse, get the opportunity to blow Daddy Hadrian, but it's in the shower room, which means it's public, and everybody gonna be seeing and watching,
Oh,
or get pounded in public in the sling?
Hadrian, also known as Michael McQuagg.
I was afraid some people in the entourage might not know who he is, so
I feel sorry.
he has been our guest on many a LTAS. Let's talk about sex series.
Well, he is a sex expert to us.
Wow, I'm really surprised by the results.
I have my reasons for my answer too.
Wow. Damon. Are you on mute, Damon?
I am on mute. So I am going with A. Because I'm a top.
I was waiting for that.
like as much as and on okay and only because like if I'm with someone and I do go towards the bottom part or bottom roll, that's a very intimate situation, and that is not happening at a bathhouse, probably no matter who it is. Now, caveat: Hadrian is very alluring and can probably say the right things to get me in that like mode and mood. So if we were in the bathhouse and this was all happening and suddenly this is where it went, that's where it went. Okay, that's kind of where it went. But 9 times out of 10 it's going to be I'd rather do A than B.
Okay.
And so
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a picture for the entourage.
I picked B for a very specific reason. It's less work.
Lazy bottom.
I mean, yeah, totally. I'll admit it.
That's not what I wanted to hit, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, Gary.
All right. So for me, I'm going to go with A. Because this is my theory. Because I'm a thinker. We're going to do A, And A is going to lead to B, but I'm probably going to be able to convince him that we're going to go someplace like back to his hotel room or his house or my house. Because wherever we are that we're in a bathhouse, it means we can leave. We can go somewhere else. So
Wow.
my feeling is we can start with A, and then we can do all the other fun stuff, everything and anything, someplace else without it being there. So, yeah. Even though the last time we did this game and we talked about an open shower room, I was talking about how I don't like that idea because basically the whole world gets to kind of be an audience and then want to like insert themselves and participate. So,
True.
Yeah. There's that.
This
All
is
right,
so hard. This is much harder than I thought it was going to be.
Well, I'm going to stop sharing this in a second. Why are we not doing what I want? Oh, there we go. Stop sharing. Because then I'm going to do this. I'm going to close that, and then I'm going to attempt to share the picture of Hadrian for those that are not aware.
There he is.
So that's Daddy Hadrian. He's been one of our COL pedestal people in the past. So yeah. Yep.
Great. What do you mean by my work ethics don't apply to sex?
See, you're talking about when you were talking about earlier about like being late, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. I don't want to be. That's why I picked the one that said a quickie. Anyways, that's beside the point. Moving on.
Anyway, yeah.
And that is our Would You Rather. Yay.
That was loud.
Unfortunately, my soundboard doesn't have a volume control. Anyways, time to move.
Oh, real quick. I didn't reveal what the answers were. The results were tied.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
Yeah. 50% said they would blow Hadrian. The other 50% said they would get pounded by Hadrian.
Hey, it works.
Oh,
Whatever
that's
works for you.
Yay.
Then now it's. It's good.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to play the next one.
I got a last minute one, which I still haven't put in the doc because part of it was trying to search. I was also searching for. I'm going to put the link in there first. A picture of Hadrian, and I actually went to his Tumblr and found this really long series of pictures about people talking about their beard and being. Beards can protect you from being gay, says Putin-backed Russian priest. Guy was like, looks at his beard. Guys, it's not working. The beard is not reducing my gay. Agreed. Still beardy. still into dudes. If anything, my beard has boosted my gay stat. Did someone get lost in translation? Because I'm still gay as fuck. Yep. Definitely came down with the gay.
Nice.
I think it's making me gayer. Definitely still gay. And then Hadrian says, whoops, I'm gay. I'm in a sling ready to get pounded in the bunghole by another homosexual penis. Maybe I configured my beard wrong.
Nice.
I mean,
Wow.
he's still closed. He's just flashing his belly, but he's got a really good beard. And actually, I should probably... I have too many windows open. Pop this into the chat. Here we go. Chat folks. There's a link to the
Cool.
my Tumblr pic.
Nice.
So that was
Okay,
I got that directly from Hadrian's Tumblr. So
And here's my Oh, thank God. I had to download the image and orientate it right. It was driving me crazy.
What do you mean it was perfect? It was fine. What do you mean we're oriented right?
I want to look Hadrian straight in the face, not upside down.
Look, he's being pounded. You're near his head, ready to shove your cock into his mouth. So it's fine.
There we go. Either way. Anyway.
That's my thoughts.
Orientation is
anyways.
Yep. Still gay, I'm calling this.
Nice.
All right. Damon. What you got?
So mine is titled Sock Dreams. And it's a couple of nice bearded beautiful men, and they've got some socks in appropriate places. Now they said, "Baby, it's cold outside." I don't know. I'm not worried about that. I'm more just looking at the socks and where they're at.
This is very Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
To make a reference that shows my age, apparently.
Yeah, but it's cute.
they're
They're
cute.
both they're both cute.
You're adorables.
I also like the height differential. I like how the one who's dark-haired with gray coming into his beer, who's very cubbish, is the shorter of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And
The pocket cubbish.
The strawberry blonde ginger is the taller. I'm like, yay!
You're a cute couple.
Yeah, their penises are at the same spot. Perfect size. Perfect level. Anyway.
Nice.
Gary.
Okay, so I titled this one, Sometimes When I Go to Parties.
Oh, God.
The caption says, sometimes when I go to parties, I give my friends blowjobs in the bathroom. Anyone want to be my friend?
How appropriate.
This is non-specific 84 on Tumblr. So apparently he's in the bathroom. Well, not apparently. I can't really. I guess you could sort of tell it's a bathroom, but anyways, he got a dick in his mouth.
Look right under his elbow, that looks like the edge of a toilet seat.
Yeah. So, and notably, what direction is his baseball cap facing? Just saying.
We've been through this.
I know. Well, somebody made a reference to it back to me recently, which I thought was quite hysterical in a private chat.
I put on my hat. I'm ready.
Nice.
So, I will happily be non-specific 84's friend.
You know.
But
Yeah.
I feel like this is a quality I should add to my resume. Just, you know.
You give BJs in bathrooms?
At friends' parties? Well, you know.
At friends' parties?
I give friends
So-
BJs in bathrooms at their parties. There you go.
Sending invite.
Too elaborate. There you go.
I don't understand this party. We were all invited to it, but nothing's happening. Oh no, something's happening. You just one at a time.
Just- Why are there 3 people in the bathroom? Oh, he did too. Okay, cool.
This brunch sucks. Yes, it does.
Probably not necessarily in the way that you think.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right,
Oh.
moving into our links. Damon, I'm kind of not surprised about this one.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, CW is doing a Charmed reboot, is the better way to put it. So here is the extended trailer of the reboot that they're putting out, coming on this fall. Personally, as I mentioned on my Facebook, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to give it a try, since I know that it is a full, complete like reboot, it has essentially some of the elements of the original show, but it is not the original show. It is not a extension of the original show or a prequel of the original show. It is its own kind of show, but kind of like Charmed. I'm gonna give it a shot. I hope that they don't fuck it up. But I again have not really been watching a lot from CW, so I don't really know. And given the success of like Riverdale and some of their other, DC shows, I could see them doing okay with this. But again, I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. I do like that as I mentioned before, that the sisters are of Latin descent. All three apparently, the actors are of Latin descent. The mother was of Latin descent. It's very Latin American, descent. So it's very interesting. I want to see how it goes. Kind of maybe potentially adding that element to it, or I want to know. Part of me wants to kind of see what they're going to potentially pull. Are they going to pull any previous actors from the Charmed universe and bring them on? I don't know. We'll find out. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see.
In other words, are they going to have some cameos from like, what is it, Shannon Doherty and Alyssa?
And Holly Marie Combs and Rose McGowan, Brian Krause. There's several people that they could potentially bring into the show, but I don't know how I'd feel about it. If they're going to make, like, to me, I kind of would like the idea, but there's also part of me that's like, if they're going to make a complete reboot and it's its own kind of thing, that they keep any elements of the previous show, meaning actors and whatever, out of it.
Kind of like a new book with the same general premise.
Exactly.
But completely fresh, new, nothing from the directly connecting it. This is basically an alternate reality.
Yeah, or something. I don't really
kind of like the difference between like the recent Battlestar Galactica and the old 1970s show.
Exactly. Like if it's gonna be its own thing, let it be its own thing. Don't try to I like some of the elements, but you don't need to put anything else into it. So there we go.
Yeah, sounds good.
Interesting.
Yeah. Gary.
Carpool Karaoke with Christina Aguilera is my pick. So James Corden does Carpool Karaoke with Christina Aguilera, which, by the way, Christina Aguilera just dropped a brand new song, I think 5 days ago, with Demi Lovato, I think, is who is in the duet. It's a very interesting music video. It's kind of like future place or alternate timeline concept. It might be kind of representing about gay persecution in a way. Yeah, it's really interesting. But so she's probably, the new album, new single, whatever, all that, hence promoting, and she was on with him. It's really fun, and the best part is Melissa McCarthy does a cameo appearance for Dirty when they go to sing that, and Melissa McCarthy does the rap.
Nice.
That Redmond does. So yeah, it's
nice.
It was a lot of fun. So I was very happy about it. And then, James is kind of like, how do you do that guttural sound thing? It's kind of funny. Because that's what Christina's known for. And then they actually ask her about how high she can sing.
Nice.
So because she takes them through vocal exercise. It's just fun. Yeah. So
nice.
Sweet.
Yeah. And a complete sidebar, it's not in the links or anything, but if you happen to see in the Telegram chat, I put in a picture of Jack Black. So I think it was Friday night or Thursday was Red Nose Day. And it was a fundraiser. It was Hollywood Game Night. Anyways, he was on it. He has grown a beard. It has gray in it. He has a belly. He is looking very daddy-ish. I always thought he was kind of cute. I now think he's fucking sexy. I was like, damn. So I took a screenshot and put it in there. But yeah, I was like, what's with all this daddy stuff that's happening in Hollywood now? I mean, yes, please.
Daddies.
More of it, but
they're getting older, and they're probably even becoming actual like parents.
Yeah.
Stroller meat. Anyways, hey guys, folks.
Yeah, that was one of the things that was a lot of fun about walking around Pokemon hunting was, oh, man. There's some sexy guys just walking around. Anyway, go right on ahead.
Guess what, folks? That's the end. Aw. Put your hat on backwards and pop over to our website, cubsoutloud.com. Where you can contact us there. You can also shoot us an email at cubsoutloud@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail, sexy or otherwise. Maybe give an example of what you would do with your hat on backwards. 361-COL-TALK. That's 361-265-8255. You can pop over to any of the social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Google+, and YouTube. Put Cubs Out Loud in the appropriate place of the URL. You can also join the COL Entourage chat at tinyurl.com/telegram-DCOL. Please support us either by buying some products over on our merch store at Zazzle.com/CubsOutLoud or through Patreon at patreon.com/CubsOutLoud. And you can definitely promote us. Either rate us on iTunes, subscribe to us to Google Play Podcasts, or give us a thumbs up on Stitcher Radio. You can find me anywhere on the internet as Boxhat, Box Puppy, Box Scott Box, something or other.
Okay. You can find me as Theater Cub 79 on most Bear, etc. Chat sites, or even on Facebook. Or you can find me as pup_Umbra on Twitter.
If you would like to get in touch with me, you can pretty much find me anywhere online as GarBear73. That's GARBEAR73. If you would like to see more of the naughty stuff on Tumblr, it's GARBEAR73XXX.
And with that, say good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good one, y'all.
So now who's ready for brunch?
Cute.
It's 11:35. It's brunch time, right?
Yeah.
Or a little
I mean,
late
it's
brunch because it's
well,
almost lunch.
oh,
Although if you have breakfast for lunch, would that be counted as brunch?
correct.
If you have breakfast for dinner, is that
That's
Brenner?
Brepper or Brenner. I like Brepper. I love. I don't know who came up
Brepper?
with that. Brepper,
What?
but it's Brepper. Breakfast and
Oh.
for dinner or for supper?
I...
supper. Brepper.
Hey, that would be like a really cool like pup event. Brupper for puppers.
Ah!
Oh, boy.
Trademark.
Hungry.
Cubs Out Loud. Hey, maybe that's another T-shirt. I'm a pupper for Brupper.
Lord have mercy. Well, with that.
I'm gonna stop streaming.